want to bring in our Herald Tribune colleague now, Todd Ruger. The guilty verdict has come in for Michael King, guilty on first-degree murder as well as the other charges. And now we move into the sentencing phase. And Todd, I want to ask you about what that involves. What can we expect to see when the jury does reconvene on Tuesday?
Well, what you're going to see is basically another trial, but it's not going to be whether he's guilty. It's going to be one of two things the jury can recommend, either the death penalty or life in prison without the possibility of parole, which would mean he would die in prison too.
Now, when you say another trial, can we actually expect to see witnesses on the stand again?
Yeah, you're going to see witnesses and testimony, really importantly from the victim's family. They're going to be able to give impact statements as to how this crime has impacted them. Also, just as importantly, on the other side, Michael King's going to be able to say, he's going to have his relatives be able to say what he was like, the good things about him, as well as anything that may have caused him to do this, such as a head injury.
And the defense did not bring any witnesses, and Michael King himself did not take the stand, of course. So are we actually expecting that we may hear from someone on the defense side?
Yeah, I mean, for instance, the defense attorneys have listed a couple of different witnesses and the possibility of with the possibility of this penalty phase coming up. One of them is a doctor that examined Michael King and found that he had lower IQ, and how does that work? Another one is a doctor that said he's actually suffered a brain injury. There's also family members listed who can talk about, he was a great dad, or some of those things usually come up. All of the benefit that that person has done to society, and for Mr. King would be his 38 years so far. And that is what the jury weighs when they make their decision.
All right. Todd Ruger, and you can read more about this case in Todd's report in the Herald Tribune as well as online at heraldtribune.com. Thanks, Todd.
Sure.